Somewhere along the way, you may have decided you had to earn the right to feel good about yourself. Not because you were born believing that. No, you were not born doubting your worth. You were born reaching, breathing, crying, laughing, learning, and simply being, worthy just because you were here. And yet, if you are listening to me today, there is a part of you that may still carry an old heaviness, an old familiar ache, the feeling of I'm not enough, the feeling that you must prove, perform, fix, please, or perfect. Before you can relax into love, I want you to know something right away. I understand. I have seen so many beautiful people carry this quiet pain for years. They smile, they manage, they show up, and inside they are working so hard just to feel okay. So let's be very gentle together, because unworthiness is not a personal failure. It is a learned belief, and learned beliefs can be unlearned. Unworthiness can be so quiet and constant that you think it's just the way you are. You may even call it humility or practicality or being realistic. You may tell yourself, I'm just hard on myself because I want to do better. But you see, there is a difference between growing with love and pushing yourself with shame. Shame has a tightness to it. Can you feel that? That contraction inside your chest or your belly? That little voice that says, don't mess up, or don't take up too much space, or be careful, or you'll be rejected. Sometimes that voice sounds like a parent. Sometimes it sounds like a teacher. Sometimes it sounds like a past relationship. And sometimes it sounds like you. And that is the moment we begin to shift, because when you can hear the voice, you can begin to choose a new one. You see, the feeling of not being enough is often an old belief that began before you had words to question it. Many of us learned very early that love could be conditional. We learned that approval came when we were good, when we were quiet, when we were helpful, when we were impressive, when we were easy to manage. Maybe you learned that your feelings were too much, or that your needs were inconvenient, or that your mistakes meant something about your value. And sweet one, you were only a child. You were doing what children do. You were trying to survive emotionally. You were trying to belong. So if you have carried unworthiness, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means you adapted. And I want you to take a breath right now, a slow breath, and just let your shoulders soften a little. Because the part of you that learned unworthiness was trying to protect you. It was trying to keep you safe by saying, if I can be perfect, they won't leave. Or, if I don't ask for much, I won't be disappointed. Or, if I criticize myself first, it won't hurt as much when someone else does. Can you see how clever that is? How tender even? And still, what protected you then may be limiting you now. The point of power is always in the present moment, not in what happened, not in what you wish had happened, not in what you fear will happen. Right here, right now, you have choices, and one of the most powerful choices you can make is to speak to yourself as someone who loves you would speak to you. Now, I know there may be a part of you that says, but I don't feel lovable, or I don't deserve to talk kindly to myself, or if I'm gentle, I'll become lazy, or if I accept myself, I'll never change. Those are very common thoughts, and I have such compassion for them. But let's look at this together. When you have a frightened child, do you heal them by yelling? Do you help them learn by shaming them? No. You soothe, you reassure, you guide, you hold them steady until they can steady themselves. That is what we are doing here. This is only a thought, and a thought can be changed, especially when we change it with kindness. A harsh mind does not create a healed life. A loving mind creates space. A loving mind creates safety, and safety is what allows growth to happen naturally. Think of a little plant. If you pull on it every day and say, grow faster, you will damage it. But if you water it, give it light, and speak kindly, it grows because that is what life does. Life loves you, even if you don't always believe it, even if you don't always feel it. Life is for you, and it is always offering you opportunities to come back to love. Now let's explore unworthiness in a very simple way. Unworthiness is not a fact. It is not a truth. It is a thought you have practiced. And if you can practice it, you can practice something else. Sometimes people say, but it feels so real. Yes, thoughts can feel real when we have repeated them for a long time. They settle into the body. They become familiar sensations. Tightness, a sinking feeling, a numbness, a restless need to do more. So instead of arguing with your mind, we will begin with the body. We will begin with kindness. I invite you now to notice where unworthiness lives in you. Is it a heaviness in your chest, a clenching in your stomach, a tight jaw, a frown you don't even realize you're holding? Just notice, without judgment. And if you can, place one hand on your heart or on your belly, wherever you feel you need comfort, and take another slow breath, in and out. You are safe in this moment. You are safe to notice. You are safe to soften. Now, let's imagine your heart like a small garden that has been spoken to harshly for years. In that garden, there may be some weeds, old beliefs like, I'm not good enough, I'm too much, I'm behind, I don't belong, I have to earn love, something is wrong with me. These beliefs do not make you bad. They simply grew where there was pain. And what do we do with weeds? We don't scream at the soil. We don't punish the garden. We simply begin to tend it, patiently, consistently. We remove what no longer supports life, and we plant something new. That is what affirmations are. They are new seeds. And some people say, but I don't believe them. That is okay. You do not have to believe them yet. You only have to be willing to practice them. When you learn a new language, you don't become fluent in one day. You repeat words, you stumble, you forget, you try again. Unworthiness is like an old inner accent you learn to speak. It may have become your default voice, but it is not your true language. Your true language is love, and love can be learned. Now, I'd like to share with you a simple understanding that can change everything. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be whole. Perfection says, I must never make a mistake. Wholeness says, even when I make mistakes, I am still worthy of love. Perfection says, I'm only valuable when I'm achieving. Wholeness says, my value is inherent. Perfection says, I must control everything to be safe. Wholeness says, life supports me, and I can meet this moment with love. So if you have been tired, if you have been striving, if you have been afraid, it may not be because you are weak. It may be because you have been trying to earn what was always yours. Now, I want to tell you something very tender, that younger you, the one who first felt unworthy, is still inside you, and they are not asking you to become perfect. They are asking you to become kind. They are asking you to listen. They are asking you to stop abandoning them. Because every time you criticize yourself, you abandon that child again. And every time you speak kindly to yourself, you bring them home. Can you feel that? The idea of coming home to yourself. I want to offer you a picture. Imagine you are walking through a long hallway with many doors. Behind some doors are old memories, old words people said, old moments of embarrassment, old heartbreak, old shame. And perhaps for years you have been living at the far end of the hallway, away from those doors, trying not to feel. But healing is not about forcing those doors open. Healing is about turning on the light. When the light is on, the hallway is no longer frightening, you are no longer lost, and the light we turn on is love. Now, we will do something practical together. If you are able, I invite you to look at yourself in a mirror at some point today, not to judge your face, not to critique your body, only to meet your eyes. But for now, if you're not near a mirror, that is perfectly fine. You can imagine it. Imagine looking into your own eyes and seeing someone who has tried so hard, someone who has been brave, someone who has carried burdens that others may not have seen. And instead of demanding more from them, you offer them kindness. That is self-love. Self-love is not a performance, it is not a mood, it is a relationship. And like any relationship, it grows through consistent small acts. Now, if you're willing, place that gentle hand on your heart and let's begin to speak to you in a new way. I will say an affirmation, and you can repeat it silently or out loud in your own time. And if the mind argues, that is okay. Let the argument be there like a distant radio. We are planting seeds. We are not wrestling the weeds. Breathe gently and begin. I am willing to love myself. I am willing to love myself. I am willing to love myself. Notice what happens inside when you say that. Maybe you feel relief. Maybe you feel resistance. Maybe you feel nothing at all. All of it is okay. Breathe. I am willing to treat myself with kindness. I am willing to treat myself with kindness. I am willing to treat myself with kindness. Now let your shoulders drop a little, soften your jaw, relax your belly. You are safe. You are safe to be gentle with yourself. I am learning a new way to speak to myself. I am learning a new way to speak to myself. I am learning a new way to speak to myself. You see, you are not asking yourself to magically change overnight. You are learning, and learning is patient. Now we go a little deeper. In the infinity of life where I am willing to release the belief that I am not enough. In the infinity of life where I am willing to release the belief that I am not enough. In the infinity of life where I am willing to release the belief that I am not enough. Let that land gently. Willingness is powerful. Willingness is the doorway. Now, I am enough exactly as I am in this moment. I am enough exactly as I am in this moment. I am enough exactly as I am in this moment. If that feels difficult, you can soften it. I am learning that I am enough. I am learning that I am enough. I am learning that I am enough. Good. Now let's speak to the part of you that has been trying so hard. Dear little one inside me, I see you. Dear little one inside me, I see you. Dear little one inside me, I see you. You have been doing your best. You have been doing your best. You have been doing your best. And you are worthy of love. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of love. Just breathe. Now, I want to share a story with you. I once knew a woman who was always the one holding everything together. The family organizer, the dependable one, the one who never asked for help. She was admired. People said she was strong, but late at night, she would sit alone and feel a deep sadness, a loneliness, and she didn't even know why. She would say, "I have so much. Why do I still feel empty?" When we looked gently beneath the surface, we found a belief she had carried since childhood. If I need anything, I'm a burden. So she never needed anything, not openly, but the heart cannot live without receiving. So we began with one simple practice. Every day she would place a hand on her heart and say, "It is safe for me to receive." At first she cried because the truth inside her knew how long she had been starving for tenderness. Over time, she began to let people help. She began to ask. She began to rest. And do you know what happened? Her life did not fall apart. Her life became softer, more spacious, more real, because unworthiness often says, "If I relax, I'll be rejected." But love says, "When I relax, I come home." Now, we will add that seed. It is safe for me to receive love. It is safe for me to receive love. It is safe for me to receive love. And notice if your body softens even a little. It is safe for me to receive support. It is safe for me to receive support. It is safe for me to receive support. It is safe for me to rest. It is safe for me to rest. It is safe for me to rest. Now, if rest feels hard, if your mind says, I have too much to do, just say, I am willing to learn how to rest. I am willing to learn how to rest. I am willing to learn how to rest. Beautiful. Now, let's talk for a moment about the way unworthiness shows up in daily life. Sometimes it shows up as people-pleasing. You say yes when you mean no. You agree when you don't agree. You smile when you are hurt. And then you go home feeling depleted, resentful, confused. Not because you are bad, but because you learned that being yourself was risky. Sometimes unworthiness shows up as perfectionism. You rewrite the email 5 times, you over-prepare, you hold yourself to impossible standards. And even when you succeed, you can't enjoy it because the mind says, you could have done better. Sometimes it shows up as staying in situations that don't honor you. You accept crumbs because you don't believe you deserve the whole meal. And sweet one, you do. You deserve good things, not because you did everything right, not because you never struggled, because you are a child of life. Life does not make mistakes. So now, I want you to feel into a new possibility. What if your worth is not something you earn, but something you remember, like a song you knew long ago, like a truth that has been waiting under the noise? Let's call it back. I honor myself. I honor myself. I honor myself. I respect myself. I respect myself. I respect myself. I matter. I matter. I matter. And you might notice that the mind wants to say, no, I don't. That is the old voice. We do not fight it. We simply keep choosing the new voice. Now, let's take another breath. And imagine you are holding your younger self. Maybe you see them at 5 years old, or 7, or 10. Perhaps they are trying to be good, trying to be loved, and you, the adult you, is here now. You can whisper to them, you don't have to earn love. You don't have to earn love. You don't have to earn love. I love you now. I love you now. I love you now. You are precious to me. You are precious to me. You are precious to me. Now feel the tenderness in that, because that tenderness is healing. That tenderness is medicine. Now I want to give you another simple metaphor. Imagine you have been carrying a heavy suitcase for years. In that suitcase are old labels. Not smart enough. Too sensitive. Too much. Not pretty enough. Not successful enough. Not spiritual enough. Not lovable enough. And you've been dragging this suitcase through life, believing you must carry it because it is yours. But you are allowed to set it down. You are allowed to open it and take out what is not true, and you are allowed to leave it behind. So right now, imagine setting it down. Feel your hands let go. Feel your shoulders lighten, and say to yourself, I release the old stories about me. I release the old stories about me. I release the old stories about me. I forgive myself for believing them. I forgive myself for believing them. I forgive myself for believing them. Forgiveness does not mean what happened was okay. Forgiveness means you stop carrying the poison. Forgiveness means you choose peace. Now, all is well in my world. All is well in my world. All is well in my world. Let that phrase soothe you. It does not mean everything is perfect. It means you are meeting life from love. Now, let's bring this into a practical moment. The next time you notice unworthiness, it may happen when someone doesn't text back, when you make a mistake, when you see someone else's success, when you look in the mirror, when you feel behind. In that moment, pause, breathe, put a hand on your heart and say, the point of power is in the present moment. The point of power is in the present moment. The point of power is in the present moment. Then say, this is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. This is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. This is only a thought, and a thought can be changed. Then choose a new thought, not a perfect thought, a kinder thought. For example, I am learning to trust myself. I am learning to trust myself. I am learning to trust myself. I choose to be on my own side. I choose to be on my own side, and I choose to be on my own side. Can you feel how different that is? A life changes when the inner relationship changes. Now, I want to tell you another little story, because stories help the heart understand. There was a man who believed he was never doing enough. Even on his days off, he felt guilty. If he sat down, he felt lazy. If he rested, he felt unproductive. When we explored gently, we discovered a childhood pattern. He had learned that praise came only when he achieved. Rest had not been modeled as safe. So we began a new practice. At the end of every day, he would list 3 small things he did well, and then he would say, I approve of myself. At first it felt awkward. He even laughed. He said, this is silly. But he did it anyway. Over time, his nervous system began to relax. He began to sleep better. His relationship softened. He became more present. And he discovered something beautiful. When he wasn't driving himself with shame, he still achieved, but with joy. You see, love does not make you lazy. Love makes you alive. So let's practice that phrase. I approve of myself. I approve of myself. I approve of myself. I approve of myself even when I am learning. I approve of myself even when I am learning. I approve of myself even when I am learning. Now breathe and let's speak to the body, because the body listens. I am safe in my body. I am safe in my body. I am safe in my body. My body is my friend. My body is my friend. My body is my friend. I listen to my body with love. I listen to my body with love. I listen to my body with love. If you have ever felt unworthy because of your body, because of how it looks, how it changes, how it has been treated, I want you to know the body is not your enemy. The body is your home, and you deserve to feel at home. So we say, I treat my body with tenderness. I treat my body with tenderness. I treat my body with tenderness. I am grateful for all my body does for me. I am grateful for all my body does for me. I am grateful for all my body does for me. Now, let's come back to that garden. Your affirmations are seeds, and seeds need repetition. They need watering. So we will water them now with gentle repetition, the way rain falls, steady, nourishing, without force. Repeat these with me, softly, as many times as you need. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of love because I exist. I am worthy of love because I exist. I am worthy of love because I exist. Life loves me. Life loves me. Life loves me. I allow life to support me. I allow life to support me. I allow life to support me. I choose thoughts that nourish me. I choose thoughts that nourish me. I choose thoughts that nourish me. I speak to myself with compassion. I speak to myself with compassion. I speak to myself with compassion. I am becoming my own safe place. I am becoming my own safe place. I am becoming my own safe place. Now pause and just notice. Notice your breathing. Notice if your chest feels a little more open. Notice if there is a softness around your eyes. Even a small shift matters, because healing is not one big moment. Healing is many small moments of choosing love. Now, there may be grief here. Sometimes when we begin to love ourselves, we feel sadness for all the years we did not. If that arises, let it be okay. You do not have to push it away. Tears are not weakness. Tears are release. So if you feel emotion, breathe with it and say, it is safe for me to feel. It is safe for me to feel. It is safe for me to feel. My feelings are welcome. My feelings are welcome. My feelings are welcome. I hold myself with love. I hold myself with love. I hold myself with love. Now I want to speak to the part of you that fears change, because sometimes the mind clings to unworthiness as if it is familiar, as if it is identity. And you might wonder, Who will I be without this striving? You will be you. You will be a you that breathes more freely, a you that says no when it's true, a you that asks for help without shame, a you that rests, a you that receives, a you that creates from joy, a you that chooses relationships that honor you. And yes, it may feel new, but new does not mean wrong. New means you are expanding. So let's affirm, I give myself permission to be new. I give myself permission to be new. I give myself permission to be new. I give myself permission to grow gently. I give myself permission to grow gently. I give myself permission to grow gently. I trust the timing of my healing. I trust the timing of my healing. I trust the timing of my healing. Because you see, self-love is not a race. It is not a competition. It is not another standard to meet. Self-love is a home you build within yourself, brick by brick, breath by breath, choice by choice. Now I'd like you to imagine something. Imagine waking up one morning and the first voice you hear inside is kind, not demanding, not critical, just kind. Imagine going through your day with an inner companion who says, I'm proud of you and you're doing well and it's okay to be human. Imagine how that would feel in your body, in your shoulders, in your stomach, in your heart. That is not fantasy, that is practice, and you can begin now. So we will strengthen this new inner voice. Repeat after me. I am my own loving friend. I am my own loving friend. I am my own loving friend. I speak to myself the way I would speak to someone I adore. I speak to myself the way I would speak to someone I adore. I speak to myself the way I would speak to someone I adore. I deserve good things. I deserve good things. I deserve good things. I am open to receiving the good. I am open to receiving the good. I am open to receiving the good. And now let's bring this into relationship, because unworthiness often shows up there. When we feel unworthy, we may chase love. We may settle for inconsistency. We may try to prove ourselves. We may tolerate disrespect. We may fear being alone more than we fear being unhappy. And I say this with such love, you do not have to abandon yourself to be chosen. The most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with you. So we affirm, I choose relationships that honor me. I choose relationships that honor me. I choose relationships that honor me. I communicate my needs with love. I communicate my needs with love. I communicate my needs with love. I am allowed to have boundaries. I am allowed to have boundaries. I am allowed to have boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. Boundaries are self-respect. Boundaries are the way you say, I matter. Now, if you feel fear when you imagine setting boundaries, that is okay. Fear is just a sign you are stepping into new territory. So we soothe the fear. You are safe. You are safe. You are safe. And you can do this slowly. Now let's return to the present moment again. Feel your breath. Feel the chair beneath you. Feel your feet on the floor if they are. Feel the steadiness of this moment. You are here. You made it here. And that matters. Now, I want to offer you a very simple daily practice, something you can do in less than a minute. Each morning, before you pick up your phone, before you reach for the world, place a hand on your heart. Take one breath and say, Good morning, sweetheart. Good morning, sweetheart. Good morning, sweetheart. I am here with you today. I am here with you today. I am here with you today. We will be kind to ourselves. We will be kind to ourselves. We will be kind to ourselves. Can you feel how that could change a day? Not because everything outside you changes, but because your inner environment changes. And your inner environment is where your life grows. Now, I'd like to take a few moments for a deeper affirmation sequence. A gentle wave you can ride. Let your eyes soften or close if that feels good. Breathe and repeat. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. And I am safe, and I am safe, and I am safe. I choose to release the past. I choose to release the past. I choose to release the past. I choose to love myself now. I choose to love myself now. I choose to love myself now. I am willing to see myself with new eyes. I am willing to see myself with new eyes. I am willing to see myself with new eyes. I am willing to speak to myself with new words. I am willing to speak to myself with new words. I am willing to speak to myself with new words. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. I belong. I belong. I belong. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Now pause and simply breathe. Let those words settle like warm sunlight in your chest. And if the mind says, "This won't last," you can smile gently and say, "I practice and I return. I practice and I return. I practice and I return." Because self-love is not something you either have or don't have. Self-love is something you return to again and again. Now, as we begin to come toward the end of our time together, I want you to hear this clearly. You do not have to become someone else to be worthy. You do not have to heal perfectly. You do not have to do it all at once. You only need to keep choosing love in small ways. And if you forget, you are still worthy. If you slip into old patterns, you are still worthy. If you have a day where you criticize yourself, you are still worthy. Worth is not fragile. Worth is not something you lose. Worth is your nature. So we end with a gentle remembering. Today you have done something profound. You have begun to come home to yourself. Take a slow breath and let it out and say, "I am coming home to me. I am coming home to me. I am coming home to me. I welcome myself with love. I welcome myself with love. I welcome myself with love. I am patient with my healing. I am patient with my healing. I am patient with my healing, and life loves me, and life loves me, and life loves me." Now carry this with you, not as a pressure, but as a comfort. And when the old unworthiness tries to return, you can place your hand on your heart and whisper, "You are safe. You are loved. You are enough. All is well in my world," and so it is.